A group of Cubans hoping to reach a better life in America ended up on the shores of Texas after a tough journey. Now they're waiting to find out if they can stay here. U.S. Border Patrol agents say the boat they were in lost power and just drifted across the Gulf of Mexico. To give you some perspective, it's almost 1,000 miles from Cuba to South Padre Island versus 90 miles from Cuba to Key West. U.S. Customs officials tell us the 6 Cuban men were all fairly healthy, though they had pretty severe sunburns. The immigrants had to rely on rainwater after they ran out of the drinking water they brought 4 days ago. Admittedly, border agents tell us this is uncharted territory. They are used to taking in different nationalities, but most Cubans go to Florida, not Texas.
And there's a possibility the Cuban immigrants could end up staying here because a beachgoer spotted the men on land. The Federal Cuban Adjustment Act allows Cuban citizens who make it to dry land the chance to apply for legal residency as asylum in 1 year. The policy is known as wet foot, dry foot because immigrants intercepted at sea are typically turned back over to the Cuban government. A spokeswoman for Immigration and Customs Enforcement tells us the men will go to a hearing to decide if they can stay here in the U.S. The high-profile case of Elian Gonzalez put the policy front and center in the late 1990s. Gonzalez made it ashore, but his mother died in the Gulf of Mexico. Family in Miami asked that the feds grant Elian asylum, but his father back in Cuba fought it. Eventually, a federal judge ruled Gonzalez would have to return to his father. He's now 20 years old. Gonzalez was in the headlines again last December when he blasted U.S. embargoes against Cuba.